Mayor Jose Grijalva,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tempore Dania Acosta, Councilmember Melissa Rodriguez,
Present.
Councilmember Jose Montaño,
Here.
Councilmember Ray Shelton,
Present.
Councilmember Michael Valdenegro, Councilmember Richard Acosta,
Present.
City Manager Ana Urquijo,
Present.
City Attorney Dennis Fitzgibbons,
Present.
City Treasurer Alejandro Martinez. Mr. Mayor, for the record, Mayor Pro Tempore Dania Acosta, Councilmember Michael Valdenegro, and City Treasurer Alejandro Martinez are excused.
Thank you. Item number 3, persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Do we have anyone?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
Item number 4, discussion decision to call for and conduct an executive session under the authority of ARS 38-431.03, A3, A4, and A7. Item 8, consideration regarding request for right-of-way abandonment for H and I Avenues between First and International Avenue. Item B, consideration regarding request for right-of-way abandonment for section located on east side of A Avenue right-of-way between 19th and 20th Street. And item C, update on property sale of vacant land around the Douglas Municipal Airport. May I have a motion to enter the executive session?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Shelton?
I recommend that we go into executive session to discuss said matters.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mrs. Rodriguez. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. We enter executive session at 5:02 PM. Do it.
a motion, we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Montano. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez? Yes. Councilmember Montano?
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion passes. We adjourn executive session at 6:01 PM. Item number 5 on the agenda, adjournment of the special meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, I move to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Shelton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Ayes have it. We adjourn the special meeting at 6:02 PM.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I'd like to call this regular meeting to order at 6:02 PM. Let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us stay standing, please, for the invocation by Pastor David Gonzalez from First Baptist Church.
Father, we ask that you just grant us wisdom in this time spent, Lord, that it is your wisdom that we seek in decisions made for our city. Lord, that we are ambassadors of, that you've called us to be ambassadors. Lord, it's in your name that we ask that you guide this session, Father. We ask that there would be wisdom spoken and shared, and that it would be shared amicably, Father, in this time. We just give you this time, Lord, dedicated to you in the name of your Son and our Savior.
Pastor, could you tell us a little bit about your church, where you're located, your service hours?
We're located at 700 East Lake Street, right about in Park. Our service hours, we do have Bible study sessions on Sundays at 9:30. And our service time is 45. We have youth services and Sunday evenings at 4:30. And, couple of brothers up here. But we're definitely a community church, and we're here to participate in any way. We're going to invite you to draw on the
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for all that you do for our community. Item number 4, roll call, please.
Mayor Jose Grijalva?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tempore Dania Acosta? Councilmember Melissa Rodriguez?
Present.
Councilmember Jose Montano?
Here.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Present.
Councilmember Michael Valdenegro? Councilmember Richard Acosta?
Present.
City Manager Ana Urquijo?
Present.
City Attorney Dennis Fitzgibbons?
Present.
City Treasurer Alejandro Martinez? Mr. Mayor, for the record, Mayor Pro Tempore Dania Acosta, Councilmember Michael Valdenegro, and City Treasurer Alejandro Martinez are excused.
Thank you. Item number 5, events update.
Hi, and happy National Library Week. You can celebrate with us by visiting the library, checking out a book, or participating in our events. On Mondays, we have relaxing activities for all ages. Tuesdays, we have movies for kids with free popcorn and juice. Wednesdays, we have activities for kids. And this month, we are celebrating Easter, so you can come by for some Easter-themed snacks, crafts, and to paint eggs on the 16th of this month. On Thursday, we have story time for the little ones. We also have chess club every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. At the end of the month, we'll have book club, so you can pick up a copy at the circulation desk and join us for the discussion on the 29th of April. On the 25th of April, we have our spring paint night for adults, all materials included, and you can register at the front desk or by phone. We really hope we see you this month at the library to celebrate National Library Week and for all the fun stuff that we have here. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's time for another exciting month ahead. First up, join us this Saturday for our 7th annual Trojan Run. Haven't signed up yet? No problem. Just show up at 6:30 a.m. The run kicks off at 7 a.m. sharp, and it's your chance to conquer the D. All proceeds benefit our Border Air Museum, so let's get moving for a great cause. And don't forget, the Border Air Museum is open Thursdays and Fridays from 12 to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come explore local history and aviation heritage. Next up, it's time for our Splash and Dash. On April 12th from 2 to 4 p.m., we're making a splash with an underwater egg hunt and egg painting at the craft corner. It's family fun and free entry for everyone. Then, on April 26th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., don't miss our Dia de los Niños celebration. We'll have games for the kids, free hot dogs, and lots of smiles. All thanks to our friends at Copper Queen. We are also proud to invite you to our 10th annual Douglas Days, honoring all our amazing Douglas veterans. Be sure to check out the event schedule for all the details. It's a celebration you won't want to miss. And all month long, we're rolling out Rec on the Go. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we bring the fun straight to your neighborhood with our new mobile program. So mark your calendars, tell all your friends, and come be a part of it all. We can't wait to see you there.
Thank you. Item number 6, mayor and council member updates and or reports. Council, do we have any?
Mayor, first of all, I just wanna, comment on the fire department's annual, recognition ceremony that we attended on Saturday. It was a very, very nice, ceremony for our fellow, fire department. So I just wanted to let everyone know that it was a great event and I was really, really happy to be there to support our local fire department.
I'd like to thank everyone who went to meet the mayor last month. Had a good crowd. Also the city manager, Mrs. Urquijo, and I went to Paradise Valley for a foundation that invited us. Good leads for Douglas as far as donations go. And we built some relationships there. I think if you don't mind me saying, next week, we're actually gonna have a town hall at the high school for the high school students. Try to see what they'd like to see around town, get their insight from the youth. So that's also on for next week, and then we'll update you all on what they tell us. Item number 7, presentation of awards. Item A, recognition to Dr. J.D. Rottweiler for your outstanding contributions and support to Cochise College Douglas campus. Your dedication to education and commitment to fostering opportunities within the community has made a great impact. Mr. Eccles?
Yes. City of Douglas, Arizona would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. J.D. Rottweiler for more than 50 years of service, Cochise College, and to our great city of Douglas. It has been an honor of mine to have worked and to get to know you during your tenure here at Cochise College. Thank you for your passion, dedication, and lasting impact that you've made to our college and your community. Dr. Rottweiler has been a transformative leader known for his hyper-local initiatives in elevating community as the college's middle name. Under his leadership, the college has become one of the top community colleges in the nation. Dr. Rottweiler also played a pivotal role in expanding the high-speed internet fiber at the Douglas campus, enhancing connectivity and accessibility to students and staff. Dr. Rottweiler's vision has left a lasting legacy, not only for the college, but for our community that we currently live in. On behalf of the mayor and council in the city of Douglas, thank you and best wishes as you embark on your well-earned retirement. Thank you.
Mayor, Member of Council, Madam City Manager, thank you so much for this recognition. I will just say, over the past 16 years, we have done some amazing things. And the team at Cochise College deserves all the credit. But those things don't happen without amazing partnerships. And I'd like to recognize the city of Douglas for the things we've done together. The high-speed internet on the Douglas campus doesn't happen without you. Some of our new programming, our new improvements, our facility improvements happen because of the city of Douglas and your amazing partnerships. You know, when we talk about student enrollment at Cochise College, our anchor is Douglas High School. The capture rate, if you will, of Douglas High School students is the highest, perhaps in the nation, which is a remarkable thing that talks about that close working relationship that we have there. I also noticed on your agenda today some exciting issues related to partnerships around water and sewer and all of those things that are there. The future is incredibly bright for Cochise College and the city of Douglas. And those things will happen because of continuing partnerships. I'm proud to have played a small role in that, and I thank you for your recognition. I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.
And don't be a stranger, Dr. Rottweiler. You're always welcome here. This is your second home. Item number 8, the reading of proclamations. The first proclamation honoring the life and legacy of Congressman Raul M. Grijalva. Whereas Congressman Raul M. Grijalva dedicated his life to public service, representing the people of District 7 with unwavering commitment and integrity. And whereas throughout his distinguished career, Congressman Raul M. Grijalva championed numerous causes that improved the lives of his constituents, including his unwavering support for the City of Douglas Two-Port Solution Project, the Commercial Street Resurfacing Project through the RAISE Grant, and the Capacity Building Program through USDOT Thriving Communities Funding. And whereas his leadership and vision were instrumental in furthering the preservation of the Douglas Police Department's historic building, leaving a lasting impact on our community and our history. And whereas Congressman Raul M. Grijalva was not only a respected legislator, but also a beloved member of our community, known for his kindness, humility, and dedication to the common good. And whereas his passing is a profound loss to all those who knew him and to the countless individuals whose lives he touched through his work and advocacy. And whereas the City of Douglas wishes to honor his memory and express our deepest condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jose Grijalva, Mayor, and on behalf of the City Council and the residents of the City of Douglas, do hereby proclaim that we celebrate the legacy of his service, the dedication to justice and equality, and unwavering commitment to the betterment of our community as a remembrance and tribute to Congressman Raul M. Grijalva. Be it further resolved that a copy of this proclamation be presented to the family of Congressman Raul M. Grijalva as a token of our respect and gratitude for his lifetime of service. I'd also like to mention Mr. Shelton from the council here, when we went to Washington, he greeted us open arms. He was very casual, very loving. And again, when he didn't have to, he helped us out with the downtown, with the police station too, with funding. He championed for us. So, you know, politics can separate us, but people like him who thought community first are the ones that brought us together. So we're very appreciative of him and his family. Any comments towards?
Yes.
Mr. Shelton?
2 years ago, I walked up the back stairs here, and him and I guess one of his helpers were there, and we stood there and talked 30, 40 minutes about Douglas and about the Bisbee Douglas rivalry and about the U of A basketball team. And, you know, he was so congenial and he really loves Douglas, or he did, you know, so that was a neat time in my life to be able to talk to a congressman like that about our area.
Thank you. Any other comments? The next proclamation is towards Autism Awareness Month. Whereas autism is a developmental disorder that affects communication, behavior, and social interaction. And whereas autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a condition that impacts individuals of all ages, races, genders, and socioeconomic backgrounds. And whereas the prevalence of autism has been increasing over the years, with an estimated 1 in 36 children in the United States diagnosed with ASD, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. And whereas individuals with autism have unique strengths, talents, and abilities that contribute to our communities and society. And whereas early diagnosis, intervention, and support can significantly improve outcomes for individuals with autism, helping them to reach their full potential. And whereas raising awareness about autism can foster understanding, inclusion, and acceptance of individuals with autism in all aspects of life, including education, employment, and social interactions. And whereas advocating for policies, services, and resources that promote the well-being and inclusion of individuals with autism is crucial to creating a more inclusive and equitable society. And whereas Autism Month is a time to promote education, acceptance, and understanding of autism, and to show support for individuals with autism and their families. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jose Grijalva, Mayor, and on behalf of the City of Douglas Council, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Autism Awareness Month, and urge all citizens of this community to join in raising awareness about autism, promoting acceptance and inclusion, and supporting individuals with autism and their families. We're all family here. So Douglas is Douglas, and that's the great thing about this community. There's no prejudice when it comes to us. We all support each other. The next proclamation is for National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas in federal fiscal year 2022, 4.3 million reports were made to Child Protective Services. And whereas child abuse and neglect are a serious problem affecting every segment of our community, and finding solutions requires input and actions from everyone. And whereas our children are most valuable resources and will shape the future of Douglas. And whereas child abuse can have long-term psychological, emotional, and physical effects that have lasting consequences for victims of abuse. And whereas protective factors are conditions that reduce or eliminate risk and promote the social, emotional, and developmental well-being of children. And whereas effective child abuse prevention activities succeed due to the partnerships between child welfare professionals, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, law enforcement agencies, and families. And whereas communities must make every effort to promote programs and activities that create strong and thriving children and families. And whereas acknowledgement and collaborating together as a community to increase awareness about child abuse and contribute to promote the social and emotional well-being of children and families in a safe, stable, and nurturing environment. And whereas prevention remains the best defense for our children and families. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jose Grijalva, Mayor, and on behalf of the City of Douglas Council, do hereby proclaim April 2025 National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating ourselves to the task of improving the quality of life for all children and families. Thank you. Item number 9, persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Ms. Clerk, do we have?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Supervisor Kathleen Gomez.
Good evening, City Council and Mayor. So I have a couple of things. First of all, as you know, we're having a special election to replace passing Congressman Grijalva. So we have done a flyer that's in English and in Spanish, and it talks about all the dates. So as you know, the primary is going to be held July the 15th. So June the 16th, register begins at midnight. June 18th, early voting begins. June 21st and June 28th, early voting will be held in Bisbee at Melody Lane. And then the county building will have early voting. That will be from 8 to 5 p.m. July 3rd, sample ballots will be mailed out. July seventh is the deadline to request an early ballot by mail, and July eleventh is the last day of early voting. So this is really important because, you know, although this is the worst gerrymandering case I've ever seen, that Douglas, Porterville, Naco, and Bisbee are part of CD7, not 6. So what we have is 17,000 voters that can vote in a special election. So we really need to get the vote out, really need to turn out, because if we do this, then the next representative will be well aware of this. And that's how we can get the attention of our leadership, of our congressional member, to know that this is an important part of Cochise County that now votes in CD7. And so by having a good turnout, so I think the big thing that I ask of you all is to make sure that we in Douglas, the people know that we have this chance. So I have made a lot of flyers, our public information officer did. So I'd like to do some with you. And if you need any extras, we need to hit the churches, hit the restaurants. We need to hit every avenue that we can to make sure that Douglas's voice is heard, as well as Bisbee, Douglas, and Bisbee, not further. So that's it, both Spanish and English, so you know, anything that I can do to help you guys, and I mean, we gotta do this together, right? So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is, I gather that he's probably heard about this letter that came out from the reporter's office asking for citizenship. And there's been a lot of discussion, oh, is this because of Donald Trump? Is this because of, elections? But it has nothing to do with it. What happened in 1996, there was a glitch with the department, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, where you were supposed to check a box that showed your proof of citizenship. Well, there was a glitch, it didn't get registered. So now what has to happen is there's 4,400 voters out of 85,000 in Cochise County that are affected by this. So it has nothing to do with elections. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's a glitch that the Department of Motor Vehicles happened to do. They are requesting states, requesting the office to do this. So all you have to do is take a passport, any kind of, proof of citizenship to the DMV, ask them to update it, and that's it. Otherwise, what happens is because the elections department and recorder's office relies on a lot of data from the DMV, what will happen, don't be able to vote in state elections. You're only going to be federal election. So again, I really want to do with anything with election or who's in power at this point. It has to do with DMV making a big mistake. So we are going to be putting out a press release explaining it to people, because we've had people, is it because I'm Hispanic? Because I'm African American? Is it because I'm white? It's because I'm Indian? It's because I'm pink and blue? I mean, it has nothing to do with that. So I just want to make it really clear. And we'll be doing a press release, and hopefully I can send that to you, and then you can put it out on the website explaining what this issue is. And the third thing is, of course, as a Douglas Rotary Club, we're really thankful that the City of Douglas put a team together. We have 59 participants at this. All of the proceeds that we go to the Air Museum, which is a real tragedy for this community. As you know, this is the only, the 1 out of 4 planes, the Trojans, which were made at BDI, we have one of them. And it's really, this is a really unbelievable thing. People are amazed that we have this in Douglas. So Douglas Rotary Club has always been a big component of doing as much as we can for our airport, which is just like rich in history. And we want to make sure that it's here for, the future generations. So thank you very much, City of Douglas, for putting a team together. And anybody who wants to come out, you still can just get there at 6:30. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll see you out there. I think I'm part of the Douglas team. If you want a comic relief on that. Item number 10, discussion decision on approval of consent agenda items. These are items A through J. A, expenditures for the month of March 2025 totaling $3,214,301.61. Meeting minutes for March 5th and March 12th, 2025. Item C, bid award for request for proposal for Golf Course Back 9 irrigation renovation. Item D, Industrial Development Authority appointment of Alan Manquero. Item E, Transportation Advisory Committee appointment of Angel Lau, Lau,
No.
Low, oh, close enough, low. Item number, F, sorry, resolution number 25-1659, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the execution of an agreement to extend utilities inside of city limits, allowing developers and existing property owners to connect to city services with an option for the city to perform the work, charging cost, reimbursement, and development impact fees. Item G, resolution number 25-1660, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the execution of a hydraulical services contract, the Stantec Consulting Services, Inc., for proposed Cochise College groundwater drinking water well, Douglas Port of Entry and West Douglas service area for the West Douglas Utility Expansion Project located in Cochise County, Arizona. Item H, resolution number 25-1661, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, ratifying the execution of a service agreement renewal for SFY 225 between the city of Douglas and the Southeastern Arizona Governments Organization, SEGO, in the amount of $20,000 and a sub-award amendment in the amount of $10,000 to be used in the transit program to maintain services for the elderly and disabled individuals in the city of Douglas and surrounding community. Item I, resolution number 25-1662, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, declaring assessor's parcel number 409-06-018 N located on 9th Street west of Pan American Avenue, a public right of way, and granting a perpetual non-exclusive utility easement therein. And item J, resolution number 25-1663, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the acceptance of the grant funding in the amount of $10,000 from the Sonoran Institute for a Municipal Code Review and codification of water conservation goals outlined in the general plan. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Shelton?
I recommend that I move that the mayor and council approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Do I have a second? Second. Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Acosta. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes. Item number 11, discussion decision on approvals. Item A, city flag design finalization. Mrs. Nikki De La Torre?
I'd also like to say a big thank you to our DHS here, but it was for the inspiration. We also heard the radio board.
And all of her art class at DHS.
December 4th, 2024, council meeting, Pin 7 was chosen as a group flag design concept. It was discussed about how there should be a second side of the flag, as well as some minor adjustments to the color name to better see some of the symbols on the flag. This was the original design concept, an updated version of the color. So we had to make some adjustments to we had to remove some of the Native American symbols as not public disrespect to them. Because of the to get the permissions to use their symbols. We're still waiting to hear back from some of them. So I went ahead and made a couple of different design options for us to get an improvement. Start by the concept A. Here we have our back concept. For here, I really wanted to incorporate a lot of the gems that we have in our city. first, including those, we got in the house, our train station is now the police department and the grand leader. And at the bottom of the card, you can see one of them. So I also incorporated another design, just in case if you don't want to do the front and the back.
And Mayor, if I may add, we can go back to some of the slides and I can provide a little bit of further background. And kudos to Ms. De La Torre because she's been kind of our in-house artist developing your concepts and your changes. But I think what I'd like to just add for the record is that she did great work and research when we became aware that we had the Zaya Sun, which was being used originally, and part of in the intellectual properties were in question because other states have had similar issues. We went back and spoke to Indian Nation attorneys and the Indian Nation themselves. They actually did respond to us and told us that they are currently placing all copyright requests on hold because they may just release the use of their symbolism altogether and not require permissions, but until they made that decision, they could not consider the request. So the decision came forward just removing that altogether, so to not hold up anything. But this is now free of any independent or copyright type of issues, or we're not at risk for any of that. But she also offers some nice designs for the banner of the actual flag with some color schemes below with the use of the logo on different parts of the flag. So we can go back to B and then C, showing the corner areas for some color on the actual flag. And then D shows a different, the back, because your original request was to have a backside to the flag showing our iconic historical buildings of the Grand Theater, the Gadsden, and the Depot. And then, yes, the mountainscape includes Saddle Gap, D Hill, and Cerro Gallardo of our mountainscape. And then in case the backside of the flag was not a consideration any longer, she put one together that incorporated everything in one. You may feel it's too busy, but those are all identified as separate identifiers, option one, other option one for this one, and a letter concept for each of the others, hoping to finalize the official design. And I think one thing Ms. De La Torre worked very, very hard on is the narrative to go with the flag concept, because otherwise you just see a symbol, a crest with lots of figures in it. And unless you match it up with the relevant and matching narrative on our history, it doesn't have the appeal. So my recommendation is whichever concept you go with, that you're also voting in the narrative to go alongside the official flag, because that basically says it all. And Ms. De La Torre is working on a video to also show that along with the narrative to be on display either on our website or whoever accesses the flag in the future. Thank you, Ms. De La Torre.
Thank you.
Open it up for any questions or thoughts.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is my first time. I mean, I've seen the concept and I've seen how it's evolved. I think you've done an excellent job. My preference would be to have a two-sided flag. And my preference is actually I like C. I like the corner colors. I think it kind of balances the space with the back as the option. But I think it makes it less busy, and it kind of centralizes the focus.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. I do like the concept, see that when they're with the owners. Kind of, remind me of Miami Dolphins. But I think, it depends on the material of flag that you use. If you do have a back to it, with sun, it'll, be transparent. So again, I mean, I totally agree with the back area as well, but depending on the material that's being used. Okay, good job. How do you-
Okay. I like A the best, but I would like to see the back with the smaller symbol on the back, sort of setting everything off. Not big, but sort of medium and it gives you, yes.
Are we going to finalize the vote on this, or are you taking more suggestions, or?
It's completely up to mayor and council, but the intent was to try and finalize and select a concept today, unless you want more work on it.
No, because I had never seen the back portion of it, and it does look busy. So I'm wondering if we could incorporate the buildings onto this, middle portion kind of, where instead of, having separate buildings for the back, we can incorporate those buildings somehow into this part and make it a double-sided flag. Just because what Mr. Acosta said, that if you have a flag, you don't see very many that are different things. If they're like a mirror image, just because of that, because then you start seeing the back of it. And so I don't, it's just a suggestion. I mean, if we need to vote, we can vote, but it's just.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilmember Montaño. Just to be clear, you'd like to incorporate into the artwork of the crest itself, the three iconic buildings, and then have a mirror image on both sides of the flag
Yeah, that would be
with
my
the crest on
suggestion.
both sides.
Correct.
So I can kind of add to that maybe, so there in the current image where you D Hill and the train. So instead of D Hill and the train, can we have the cityscape with the mountains in that area?
That's very, very good idea.
That way.
So all of the cityscape, including Saddle Gap and Cerro Gallardo inside the crest, and not the train, or keep the train?
Without the train,
Without
because
the
we have
train.
the train depot in the.
Oh, in the buildings?
Yeah,
Okay.
So you're saying remove
sorry.
the D
Making
Hill
more
and the
work for
train, remove the D Hill and the train, and then put the three buildings with a
In the
mountain,
circle.
with a mountain. So that
Yes.
kind of,
On the bottom, so instead of the way the D Hill and the train is.
Oh, I
you
see.
add the
Just replace the
cityscape.
backside to the middle of the crest. Basically, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So just the bottom part of that crest, replace it with what you have in the back.
Got
I
it.
mean,
And
that would
eliminate the
be-
train. We can certainly come back later this month at our subsequent meeting with that hopefully final design. Does that work?
then maybe-
Mr. Mayor,
and then the colors kind of, go ahead.
all of you sitting around the table don't remember the train. My father, when he came up from underground mining, he'd always take me to see the Smoky Town, because it was always on the first time. Trains had such a history and such personally, I love the train. If you're going back in history, this route went from Miami, Florida to Los Angeles, California. If you wanted to go the southern route, you came through Douglas. And it's something, I don't know, I just like the train. So,
And so maybe enlarging the crest to take up a little more of the white space. And we could still put the train through the mountain range there. Include the train, the bottom of the other
Or through the train depot, perhaps. We
Yeah.
can play around with it. So as far as the white of the flag surrounding, you still want the corner colors though, is what I'm hearing. The
Yes.
corner colors. Yeah. So this, a little wider crest with less white and bring the back image to replace the D in the train and the train tracks in a way that still incorporates a train, and then mirroring both sides.
Yes.
Very good. We will bring that back for the 23rd.
Thank you.
Thank you, and
Thank
thank
you.
you again, Ms. De La Torre. Very good work.
Thank you.
Item B, first reading of ordinance number 25-1207, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending the city tax code to decrease the tax rate on amusements from 3 8/10% to 0% and including a 3-year sunset provision, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Mr. Kehoe? Or Mr.
Yes, Mr. Pedrosa will report on this item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council reporting on behalf of. This ordinance, allows the decrease of the amusement tax from 3.8% to 0%. January 2025, the city of Douglas, mayor and council directed staff to decrease the amusement tax. Effective with the sunset clause, 3 years. The ordinance before you. After a second reading, we will achieve that effect and you made effective July 1. So with the second reading program on April 23, 2025, we have been guided by the Arizona League of Cities and Towns as well as the Arizona Department of Revenue to make sure that all of the approvals fall in line on the date that is on the beginning of a quarter, and also allows for all the notices to be put into effect as required by law. And again, the quarterly taxpayers are fall at the beginning of the quarter, therefore that tax passes or the tax reduction passes, they would start fresh there with the quarter. And as a reminder, in the amusement tax category, it will impact taxpayers purchasing services related to activities such as theaters, movies, operas, shows, exhibitions, concerts, carnivals, circuses, amusement parks, fairs, races, contests, games, billiard or pool parlors, bowling alley, skating rinks, tennis courts, golf courses, video games, pinball machines, public dances, dance halls, sports events, jukeboxes, batting and driving ranges, animal rides, and other businesses charging admission for exhibition, amusement, or entertainment. It also includes health spas, fitness centers, dance studios, and other facilities charging for sports, athletic, health-related activities or instructions, where they're for individual events or long-term. That recommend approval for. Thank you, Mr. Pedrosa. May I have a motion to approve the placement of ordinance 25-1207 on its first reading?
Mayor,
Mr. Montaño?
I move that the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 25-1207 on its first reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Montaño, second by Mrs. Rodriguez. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending the city tax code to decrease the tax rate on amusement from 3 8/10% to 0% and including a 3-year sunset provision, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
May I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance number 25-1207?
Mayor,
Mr. Acosta?
I move that the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 25-1207 and place it on second reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Acosta, second by Mr. Montaño. Any discussion? Thank you again, Mr. Pedrosa. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending the city tax code to decrease the tax rate on amusements from 3 8/10% to 0% and including a 3-year sunset provision, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item C, first reading of ordinance number 25-1208, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 0.17 acre parcel of land by North Cochise Avenue and 8th Street from general commercial to multifamily residential and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez?
The proposed amendment aligns with the goals of our community policy document. And this was the development plan area, affordable housing units in the vicinity. And the applicant will be able to use the property for occupancy. The reason to multi-family also established from the commercial to single family. And there are apartments to the west as well. And this project creates a balance between land uses, the development, and the potential, conflict of that.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the placement of ordinance 25-1208 on its first reading?
Mayor,
Mrs. Rodriguez?
I move that the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 25-1208 on its first reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Shelton. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño.
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 0.17 acre parcel of land by North Cochise Avenue and 8th Street from general commercial to multifamily residential MFR and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
May I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 25-1208?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Acosta?
I move that the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 25-1208 and place it in second reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Acosta, second by Mr. Montaño. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño.
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 0.17 acre parcel of land by North Cochise Avenue and 8th Street from general commercial to multifamily residential MFR and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Item D, first reading of ordinance number 25-1209, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.25 acre parcel of land north of Highway 80, adjacent to La Parrilla Estates, from single-family residential 8,000 to general commercial, and amending the official zoning map, establishing a severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez?
Thank you. Planning and zoning met on March 27, 2025, and recommended approval for this rezone as well. The parcel in question is 1.25 acres in land, and the proposal from single family to general commercial was to align with the new use to be expected on that parcel. which would increase commercial land development and usage. It aims to accommodate for storage on the parcel. It also is directly for the RV park there, the Hidden Treasures RV Park, so that the residents in the area have accessible ways to maintain their storage. And staff recommends approval for this as well. The 2024 general plan also supports the use of commercial and industrial developments in areas where there is encouragement of expansion or redevelopment. The area also would support economic development standards in the general plan and offer solutions to local businesses.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. May I have a motion to approve the placement of ordinance 25-1209 on its first reading?
Mayor,
Mrs. Rodriguez?
I move that the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 25-1209 on its first reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion- Motion by Mrs. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Montaño. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño?
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.25 acre parcel of land, North Highway 80, adjacent to La Feria Estates, from single-family residential 8,000 SFR 8 to general commercial GC, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
May I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 25-1209?
Mayor,
Mr. Montaño?
move the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 25-1209 and place it on a second reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Same time up.
With the
Flip a coin.
Pick Mr. Shelton. A motion by Mr. Montaño, second by Mr. Shelton. Any discussion?
Actually, I have a question, Mayor.
Mr. Montaño?
I don't know if, looking at the map, do they have to follow, wherever they place the containers, do they have to follow the same rules as far as raising them above a certain level and stuff?
So
Because that's
so
pretty much most of it in the flood zone.
the parcel is, the majority of it, about 80% of it is in a flood zone. So they will have to comply with whatever.
Good, okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? No other discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño?
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.25 acre parcel of land, North Highway 80, adjacent to La Feria Estates, from single-family residential 8,000 SFR 8 to general commercial GC, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item E, first reading of ordinance number 25-1210, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.44 acre parcel of land within Geronimo Trail Estates by Hohokam Drive from single-family residential 12,000 to multifamily residential, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. You're busy, Ms. Gomez.
Thank you. So yes, this one we also had the meeting on March 27, 2025, and it is for a 1.44 acre parcel of land. Their decision for this is the current setbacks for developing family would only allow them to create a limited number of parcels, with the multifamily standard may create a larger number of single family residential as well. So the proposed amendment also aligns with goals and objectives of the general plan to accommodate different housing uses in the vicinity, and while maintaining the characteristics of the home in the area. We also have other characteristics that improve the residential development in the area with diverse housing types, and it allows for affordable permitting, since it is smaller square footage as well, and it can create more effective.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the placement of ordinance 25-1210
I move,
on its first reading?
yeah, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Shelton.
I move the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 25-1210 on its first reading by number and title only.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mrs. Rodriguez. Any discussion?
Mayor,
Mr. Montaño?
do you know how big the lots would be? Because I know in the past, there's been issues where neighbors that had like a 12,000 square foot, all of a sudden, the land across the alley, they made them really small, so they had an issue because now their property values are gonna go down because now they have neighbors that really smaller houses. Are they gonna be comparable to the ones across the alley?
So at the moment, they aren't trying to create a subdivision. They are first going to start off with 3,000 of land. They 5,000 to 6,000 square feet per parcel. With the multi-family residential, they are allowed to go up a minimum of 3,000 square feet. I can get that second reading. When you present it.
Yeah, because I think these other lots across the alley seem to be a lot bigger than that, so I don't know if anybody's talked to these people to see what they think about having neighbors with really small lots right across from them. That might be something to consider, because that was a big issue in the past with others.
No discussion, roll call please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes,
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.44 acre parcel of land within Geronimo Trail Estates by Hohokan Drive from single-family residential 12,000 SFR 12 to multifamily residential MFR, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
May I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 25-1210?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Shelton?
I move the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 25-1210 and place it on its second reading by number and title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mrs. Rodriguez. Any discussion? Thank you again, Ms. Gomez. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Montaño,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes,
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion passes.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 1.44 acre parcel of land within Geronimo Trail Estates by Hohokan Drive from single-family residential 12,000 SFR 12 to multifamily residential MFR, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item 12, city manager reports. Ms. Urquijo.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I'll start with a reminder that the fire department open house is scheduled for Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 2 p.m. And then I'll provide some mayor and council policy priority updates on a few major projects moving forward. So the commercial port of entry, contractors still expect to break ground in August of this year. A webinar was hosted by Hensel Phelps, the contractor for the project, just this morning, providing information about the project and how aspiring bidders may participate in various scopes of the project. 160 people were in attendance this morning. Attendees were informed on the application of how to become a trade partner and how to navigate the bidding process as a subcontractor. The contact for more information on subcontracting is Rosemary Middleton with Hensel Phelps. The contractor has committed, at least in an announcement this morning, that 30% of their subcontracting will go to small business enterprises, among other goals for similar categories. A reminder that the resource page for this information and for all construction job seekers, whether it's direct jobs or subcontracting, it is posted on the city website. And again, Rosemary Middleton, her information is also on our website, but her contact is rmiddleton@henselphelps.com. On the infrastructure portion for our west expansion, Phase 1, construction for water and sewer along State Route 80 to Cochise College continues well and is underway. The right-of-way acquisition proposals are being sought currently for the Kings Highway and south of Puzzy sewer alignment. And the funding gap that is still existent for the west infrastructure is 23 million. Just a reminder that the total for the infrastructure is in excess of 47 million. So we have done well in attaining that much, but we're still working on closing that gap. We do have 2 pending grants in process to cover this gap if awarded. Co-location efforts of ADOT and FMCSA continues to move forward in a positive partnership. ADOT has designated $32 million in the proposed 5-year plan for this purpose, and negotiations between GSA and ADOT are ongoing for this co-location. The downtown streetscape is part of our downtown revitalization. 60% engineering design has been completed and 100% scheduled for July. We will be having a merchant gathering for input and just to update them on the 3-block project. We also have environmental reviews that are expected to be complete by May 9th. And we're still tentatively scheduled in the fall of 25 for construction. The golf course irrigation plan Phase 1, expected completion for the back 9 by late this summer. Construction will begin in the next 30 days after today's bid award. On the connector road for the Port of Entry project, the 5-year plan under ADOT does include $20 million for this road, plus $5 million for the design and $8.2 million from the city, 2 of which will be used towards right-of-way acquisition. ADOT is working on a new congressional directed spending request for $20 million to complete the funding for that project. So that their gap, I believe, is about $17 million for the connector road. The call center facility planning continues underway. Staff is in the process of engaging an architect to complete the renderings for the proposed design of converting the call center to a community center. Annexation efforts to obtain signatures for the small scale of Sunnyside annexation of 20th and 23rd Street are underway and going really well for the 60 parcels. We will continue to keep you updated on that as we complete the thresholds needed for that success. On streets and roads, signed off on the asphalt plant financing and purchase order, and the team is eager to receive the new plant again by fall of this year. Our new sign shop is also ready to go in Public Works. Our RAISE grant for commercial street resurfacing will be managed by ADOT, and agreements are underway to initiate transfer. Those will be coming back to both entities for approval. And that street improvement is scheduled to be completed over the next 3 and 4 years. It's many commercial corridors, so we will create a timeline and produce that publicly as soon as we have those agreements finalized. FHWA headquarters is still reviewing policies and regulations to ensure that this is all in accordance with new administration priorities at a federal level. Shade structure, as I'm sure you've seen in Castro Park, have been installed. City crews are finalizing also ADA accessibility for the entrances for the park. And the CDBG funded project should be completed within 1 to 2 weeks, all ready for our Douglas Day celebration. At Aquatics, the main pool project, the renovation is now complete with significant upgrades, including a full interior demo, preservation of racing lines and targets, a new plaster and water line tile. Additional improvements include upgraded LED pool lights, deck chipping and repair, new depth and hazard markers, and a fresh two-tone deck paint. The pool is now fully operational and ready to support our upcoming season programs and community events. And a diving board has been ordered for the 8th Street pool and will be installed for this summer season as well. Those are my announcements. Thank you.
Chief, I know those are your report, that's your report, but I forgot to do it during call to the public, but we have our new engineer and our volunteer. If you could,
Can we have you come up and introduce yourself, please? And we do have our volunteer is way in the back. Mr. Aguirre, can you come up and just state your name and what you love about your intern assignment? And go ahead, Mr. Rockwell.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, I'm Carl Rockwell, I'm the new Public Works Director. I've been here a few weeks now. I'm trying to get my feet under me and figure it all out. There's quite a bit you got going, but you got quite a really good crew, really good people here to work with. So I'm really happy to be here and open to any comments or suggestions you might have.
And Mr. Rockwell hit the ground running coming into the budget process for his department, which manages all the enterprise funds.
Thank you, Mr. Rockwell, for coming down to Douglas, and I know you're gonna have your hand full here. There's a lot of stuff going on, so thank you for taking that on.
Thank you.
thank you. And the first thing he told me, Carl with a K.
Carl with a K. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Happy to have you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Aguirre.
you.
Item number 13, future agenda item request from mayor and council. Council, any requests?
No, actually, I had written it down, but Mr. Arquijo gave us a lot of good updates. So that's what I wanted to put on the, if we could get updates on all these projects that were approved prior to you coming along, just so they don't fall off the wayside. So thank you.
Any other? Okay, request. No other request. Item number 14, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, I
Mrs.
move to
Rodriguez?
adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Montaño. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Ayes have it. We adjourn at 7:09.
Thank you, Dennis. Have a good evening.
All right, have a good evening, everyone.
You're talking.
We used to do it just in draft form in the shared file now.